Hello, 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 hello. Why don't I? Oh, there we go. Now I can hear myself. Good evening.
What up?
Good evening and happy Wednesday.
Feliz Miraculous.
Yeah, whatever he said. What's going on? As y'all already know, it is the Extraordinary Show. Pew, 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 pew. And today I really want to go into this Corey Holcomb deep dive only because it's been plaguing my timeline. Like, Corey Holcomb has had his fair share of beefs and issues, and this is just yet another example of someone who just does a lot but doesn't do enough at the same time. Like, it's very shocking how he's able to accomplish this. Like, Corey Holcomb, he's been around for a while. I've definitely remember him from back in the days, and you know, he got a little bit more popular, I want to say maybe in like the 2010s, 2010s.
Yeah, 2000s, like falling out.
Yeah, when, you know, all of that toxic masculinity shit was cool and funny still, and you can make the type of jokes that he makes and people actually still laughed. But, you know, since the turn of the decade, he hasn't seemed to be adjusting very well. Like, he's still saying and doing a lot of the outlandish-ish that he's doing, and then feeling some type of way about why he's going through the stuff that he's going through. Like, I remember him having issues with Just Hilarious. I remember him having issues with Kendra G. I remember him having issues with, it's a lot of women too. Let me say that. He's been beefing with a lot of women, but it seems as though more recently he's somewhat beefing or has like these thoughts with the or about the Joe Budden podcast or Joe Budden or something that Joe Budden said. And so that's what really made it interesting, because I'm like, yes, finally he's beefing with a man. So I definitely want to see what this is hitting for. So it's a couple of different videos. I don't remember where all of them are. I may end up jumping around. But the main one was by Fawcett Media. Shout out to that YouTuber. And it's a little video that he did. I guess he's going to compile everything going on, so I really just want to start there. Can I make this bigger before I share? Okay, much better. What was I about to do? Okay, yeah, so let me switch over to that. So yeah, so we're gonna watch and react to Fawcett Media. And yeah, because there's gonna be a couple things that I gotta look into when it comes to Mr. Holcomb.
This one hurts, but you know, it was kind of brewing. It happened a couple months ago, and it really just kind of went away. But we here now. Corey Holcomb drops bombs on the Joe Budden podcast.
Oh,
now y'all know I like both shows. I watched both shows since they started. You know what I mean? I've been in this since both of these shows started, so this is kind of interesting.
I don't care.
You know, sometimes men just need to come to the table and talk. And I think that's one of the resolutions that we're going to reach here. But let's get into it. Fred Facts in the house. I don't even know where to start this week.
I hate this nigga in his fucking hat.
I don't mind the hats. I think the hats are they're quirky. I think him and Cam Newton, I like the way they accessorize, and I like that they're not afraid to try different things. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not an enemy of him.
Cam is cool, but like,
not Cam.
His is far too outlandish for me. I guess it's a Chicago thing, maybe, but I don't know.
War on me, man.
Oh, no.
Backdooria Nation has declared war.
Okay, so Backdooria is like his code word for like the gay agenda. he's been, and I think that that's the biggest issue that I have with him right now is that everything he's blaming on the gay agenda, and I don't like it. It's like you just are not palatable to the masses. You can't blame. Matter of fact, I'll get into that afterwards. Let me just play this. I'm gonna get into that afterwards.
Or on me, but they never claim Backdoria.
Right.
This is not fair. There's too many men who are suspect after me in my career now. Now, I'm going to say there was a debate that I would like to talk about. Corey's one of the best with the code words. Keep up with the code words. He's been doing that since last episode. Backdoria is kind of brilliant. You don't know right now, just do some research. With Joe Buttons and them guys, like Joe Buttons, he mentioned about that Cam Newton thing when I was on Cam Newton and I said, or I alluded to Will Smith on the Backdoria side of the game.
Yeah, that's right.
I ain't gonna lie, I wish I wouldn't have said no name, but I said it and I gotta stand on it.
That's the perfect word after you say Backdoria.
Yeah. Let's take a look at what Joe Budden podcast was saying.
That's my thing. Like for you to just be, I'm not for you to be at liberty to sit in an interview and just talk about however you feel.
Some niggas don't give a fuck about none of that.
I know, but at some point,
Well, some niggas do, though.
then my question's valid. Then my question is valid.
They don't.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that's a fact.
that old people stigma applies to Corey Holcomb, and that don't mean I'm selective.
You feel the same way about Patti LaBelle when she out of Luther?
To Imani's
Do you
point,
feel the
Patti
same way about
LaBelle's
Patti
old.
LaBelle when it came to Luther?
I didn't know that it was an uproar. I learned that here with y'all. I didn't see nothing wrong. Y'all taught me.
He stood down on that point when he found out that. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
He stood down on that point once he
I
realized
didn't know.
the dynamics. But just to not keep it just on Corey Holcomb, I mean, we're watching. Oh, no, actually, you want to say something. I'm sorry, I apologize.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm looking at Terrence Howard do something very similar
All of that
with the Diddy shit right now.
All of that. To me,
Wait, how is that similar?
Another example of Diddy didn't do shit to him.
True.
Even if I believe everything Terrence Howard said, and I do, he said Diddy might have tried to hit.
It's an assumption.
Wait.
Hey, yo.
What?
It's his assumption of what he
Word.
think Diddy was planning to do
It
with
is
him.
the
Nothing
same-
ever happened.
It is. They are both.
The same way Corey is assuming to be blackballed in the
Because of
business
Will.
because of whatever.
y'all
Terrence Howard.
playing?
Oh, we're not playing.
Joe Terrence Howard.
Y'all are dead ass.
Yes,
I'm saying
Joe.
both.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but
And that's what I was saying. Like, he wants to blame everything about, oh, he blackball, he black. Well, you are not made for the masses. You are made for a niche community. You had your time when you could be mainstream, but niggas is not jacking that toxic masculinity shit no more. And you just gotta be okay with it. Have your little pocket, do your thing, go on tour, keep doing your little podcast, and be good. But all of this crying from the mountaintops, I'm being blackballed and blah, blah, blah. I don't got patience for none of that.
And some of these comedians be wilding, like Corey, Andrew Schultz and shit. Like, they just do shit for attention, basically. And play victim.
I don't even know if they do it for attention versus they really feel like that. I think they really feel like that. I think a lot of the things that they say there's truth in jest. And I do believe that in their jokes, there is a lot more truth than we would like to admit to. But that's fine. That's fine. If that's what you want to joke about, if that's what you want to do, fine. But do not cry about why you can't be mass produced. Don't cry about it.
Yeah, I get all that, but I also think it is for clicks because you're on the internet getting attention, saying the most outlandish shit.
I mean, yeah, that's fair too.
But yo, man, this thing, man, it's like I don't like necessarily being at war with so many people because it's too many people, if you ask me.
A lot of
But
people.
I know what I stand for is going to bring drama.
But is it war or is it just people?
Well, I don't think it's war with Joe Buttons them yet. I hope it doesn't. I would like to, like Terrence Howard, I saw him say this word on where he was talking about the people who talking crazy about him. I don't think Terrence Howard knew how many people was going to be talking crazy about him when he said stuff on the internet.
Right.
And Terrence Howard said, I would like to have a duel with you.
But we're going to do this respectfully, otherwise. We'll end
Terrence
the duel.
Howard is
And I mean
a
a
fucking
duel,
clown.
real-life duel, where only one person walks away. We can do it with guns, bottles, knives, or books and equations. But we're gonna
Nigga,
do this
what?
as men. So, get ready. Get ready.
What did Joe Budden
Dude, ain't that an old school word? We can have a duel. We can use bottles, guns, whatever.
Joe Budden, that's all he said?
No, Joe Budden feels like I was telling when I mentioned Will Smith on the back door your side of
Like
the game.
telling his business?
Like he said, that's snitching.
But it's just your
And so look, no, just let me say this, because I really would love to debate
But it is gossip.
that crew over there.
I mean, it's
about
not like
this.
niggas haven't said it before,
that
and it
would
was
be a
like
fire
weak
show.
gossip.
That
People been
actually-
faking like
That's on my list for 2020.
people been faking like Will Smith has been gay for so long. So like he just was recycling old tea. That's why that whole backdoory shit just didn't make no sense to me, because it's just like there are so many other things you could say without immediately jumping to homosexual allegations. And I do believe that a lot of times, like when men accuse other men of dibbling and dabbling in that, it's overlooked. But the minute a woman says a man is sassy or gay, it becomes this whole big thing. But I feel like that's a conversation for another day too.
I do feel like he panders to a sector of black people who are like homophobic and shit, and they get a kick out of hearing shit like this.
Well, yeah,
I mean, people ain't ready to hear that shit, but it's the straight truth. Like,
yeah. I'm with you when you're right.
thank you.
25, man. I would love to see Corey Holcomb go up to the Joe Budden podcast, or the whole crew. Bring the whole crew.
I don't know about the whole crew, but I would like to see him on
Everybody
there
go
just to
up there.
see
Go
how
to
they
New
would
Jersey,
how
have
they
the
would fare
one-on-one.
amongst one another.
That actually would be good. Umar been up there, you know what I'm saying? He had a bunch of guests up there. Yeah. Make that happen. Yeah, and Craig, you and Darlene might not even agree with me, but I want to say this. If a man gets penetrated by a man or is penetrated by a man and I say something about that business, I don't feel like that's snitching. Any perverted acts that go on in the community,
But why is it your
I feel
business
like-
though? Like,
once that is put out there as,
Chad's down.
well, see, I can't say facts because it would be snitching if I was to say.
so he doesn't believe what he says.
It's not snitching, it's gossiping. Like let's get that very clear.
Yeah, but,
like
right. But
it's snitching, it's not snitching, it's gossiping. And as a man, you should not be discussing the bedroom activities of another man. That's none of your business.
bro, you just as gay as him then. Like, straight out.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but
I'll say that shit.
This is how I know.
Or that you were there, or exactly that you
That it was a that fact. Would be snitching. But when I live out here on this West Coast, and we know how it really go. I mean, like these people who be around those people, there are associates in a way. I mean, like, we have. There's a lot of telltale signs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like to put that jacket on anybody, but yeah, there's some questionable movements and behaviors. We gotta be honest about that, right? We're the real ones here. We need to tell the facts. Females that speak business that's not just one woman saying it.
oh my God, you talk so slow. Get to the point.
There's barbers that speak business. There's people in the barber shop that speak business. There are people that we know personally that know people. And I'm saying out here in the Hollywood realm, the Hollywood guys that I know, I see who they are. And I will admit, there is envy because I know I don't fit in around them. I will be the outsider around them.
They don't fit in. They getting fitted in.
How about
Oh
that?
my goodness.
Pushed in big time homes.
But here's
Dang,
the
yo.
problem. Here's where it sucks, right?
They say my hat came with a
'Cause
switchblade. Go
we
ahead.
all move here to try to make it. Some of us already were here. We were fooled to believe by America, our parents, our corrupt system that if you work hard and you are talented, that you have a shot at making it.
I heard him about it.
I think that normal heterosexual men have a right to be publicly outraged if you have to be that way to make it. That is not fair. That is not good business. That is not just. If you have to be gay or...
It's discrimination. And it's been going on.
See, this is what pisses me off. Why do you think that they need you to be gay as if there are not successful black male actors, media personalities, or etc. that are not gay? Why?
I feel like these dudes are confusing sexual assault and rape with gayness. Because the stuff that they're talking about that happens in Hollywood literally happens to women in that industry. You know what I'm saying? And like, do they even talk about that?
So you think that they're just speaking about the, I guess, the predatory nature of some of the people in Hollywood as a whole, as opposed to just it being an attack on men and making or wanting to make them gay?
The former.
Yeah, because I mean, because when the whole Terry Crews thing happened and he came out and was like, yeah, I was touched inappropriately and I felt this, that, and the third, and he had to hold it down because he wanted to make it, and he waited until he got to a certain level of stability and a certain level of notoriety before he came out and said anything. And it was a lot of black men, who found fault with that because they just was like, how could you have not punched him in the face? How could you? And it's just a matter of, listen, I was here to do a job. Yes, it bothered me, but I held it down essentially, and now I'm able to speak. Granted, did anything ever happen to that person? Who knows? Who knows? However, I just don't like this allegation of everybody who makes it is a homosexual. And like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's utterly ridiculous.
And then to your point though, like they say that, but they also put down the whole Me Too movement, even though this they lie, but
yeah, but
see, that's the common denominator is literally right there.
But yeah, that's fair, but it does make it to. I mean, I don't know. Let me get the. We only a fourth of the way into this, so let me let him finish.
For a long time. Like, let's be real about this. It is 100% discrimination, and nobody's calling it out. That is, when you put up gatekeepers and you feel like you have to be compromised in order to be in their graces, that ain't nothing but discrimination. I don't know what else you can call it.
Okay, I get that point.
But that is a gross over exaggeration. I don't think that you only can be in the mix if you dibble and dabble in the, because there's so many other people who, I don't know. That's just a wild allegation.
So Craig is bringing up a good point here. Like, where's the other side of this? Where's the other side of where people don't want to be compromised? Where is the bureau for us to report to that this stuff is going on? Because you can't put a finger on it, because you can't put an accusation on somebody that might be holding you back because of that.
Or get it in the booty or whatever you call it to go to another level. Why is it not publicly stated? It should be publicly stated. We should know this for a fact. You shouldn't have millions and thousands of people here moving here in droves who think, if I do it this way, this is how it's going to work. It's not right. It's like it's secrecy. And when people operate in secrecy, it's to maintain control of something that is corrupted. I have a right to speak on anything that is corrupted by unjust, and I won't even say ungodly, because I don't know what everybody believes in. But if that's the factor, just say it. Don't say a ain't talented enough. Don't say a ain't got what it takes, or we having this audition,
or he ain't somebody we want to be around. He's hard to work with. You've heard all these tropes. Yeah, man. After being in the industry for a long time,
it's about exploitation, basically. That's what
you start to get tired of the same.
They're not at that conclusion, you know.
But see, I don't even necessarily know if that be it. A lot, like, I'm not taking away from what he's saying, but a lot of times I could see certain men being difficult to work with. Like, you gonna want to, you know, if the role or the character or whatever calls for something and you feel like you too good to do it or you don't want to do it, or who is this person telling me to do it? Like I can see both sides, and I think that's my biggest thing, is that I can see both sides. I can see it being them using the code words because you don't get down how they get down, but I could also see somebody saying that, well, let me not make that judgment against Corey Holcomb because I don't know that nigga. So I can't say whether or not he's difficult to work with or not. I don't know nothing about his professionalism. I might look into that later.
And there's people who do avoid, there's people in that industry that avoid that shit and has like a good system and support system around them to protect them from that, you know?
I mean, that's fair. And what about all of, like...
The Waynes.
I was just about to say, I was like, why are all of these black men not linking with each other? Like, you have all... Tommy Davidson is always producing and writing and doing stuff. The Waynes is always producing and writing stuff. Freaking, well, I won't say Tyler Perry, but who else? Who's another black man that be putting other people on?
You mentioned Eddie Murphy, right?
No, I didn't. But when was the last time Eddie Murphy produced anything?
I mean, he had like a 30-year career, but like we could just go off of that.
No, I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about. Yeah, I'm not talking about anything past.
Oh yeah, now it don't matter. But I'm saying like.
I'm talking about now with the accent. I mean, well, I don't know if what's that man, Kevin on Stage, because I know he has his own studios and his own app where he does his own, content and stuff like that. Like, why are you not getting around these people?
Oh, Spike Lee is another one.
Spike Lee, yeah. Like, why are you not collabing with these black men who should be able to understand your plight and should be able to keep you, integrous in your journey? Like, I don't understand why you still having these feelings about being blackballed when the access is there. You have the access to create your own shit if you need to. You should know enough people and have enough, resources to be able to get some shit popping.
I don't even think he's blackballed, to be honest. You see him be on YouTube right now.
I mean, yeah, that's fair too.
More lies on why your career is stuck in the position that it's stuck in. And all y'all that have been talking trash about Corey Holcomb is immensely talented. The fact that you see him now is a testament to how talented he is. A lot of us who don't want to play that type of game. You understand what I'm saying here? You understand what I'm saying to you? Not.
See, and never mind. I'm gonna keep that to myself.
To Cat Williams' point back then, I mean, aside from the rape and sexual assault stuff, I agree with Cat on most of that. But like all the other stuff that people forget is how he talks about how like snakish the comedic industry is. Like motherfuckers steal your jokes and shit or whatever. They step on you just to keep themselves on top and stuff like that. I guess he has a gripe about that, and I can understand that part about it.
I mean, and I know this is gonna sound horrible, but if somebody steal your joke, did they tell it better? Do people know them for telling it, or do they know you for telling it? Like that's how I feel about it. If somebody steal your joke, write some more jokes. Cause how come I've never heard Chris Rock cry about nobody stealing his jokes. I've never heard Dave Chappelle cry about nobody stealing his jokes. I've never heard, like, there's certain people I've never heard these things have affected them. So why you so special that somebody is stealing your jokes? And I don't know. I don't know.
Now, Cat, he definitely had a legit issue with Steve Harvey on that.
Well, yeah. I think that was a little too blatant for my liking. I used to like the Kings of Comedy series. Like, I thought that was a pretty dope, little thing that they put together. A couple of black men get together, make some shit shake, go on tour, create a special, give a culture something. I thought that was amazing, but the fact that they had to do it that way does, make me feel a way about it. But I don't know, man. Corey.
But even white comedians do it. I think Damon Wayans, he mentioned like Robin Williams used to steal jokes by paying people, having his manager pay for people's jokes at a comedy club.
I mean, well, that's not stealing if you paid for it.
Yeah, I mean, but in a sense, it is stealing, but you just...
No, it's not. If I pay for something, I didn't steal it.
True.
I got permission and I paid I paid for it. And I mean, I think that's how it should be
It's like colonizing your.
That's how it should be handled. Like, I remember I had a early YouTuber, Hot Damn I Rock, and I remember he got in trouble for stealing old Patrice O'Neal jokes, because when YouTube first kind of started and like people were developing their own little things, he got away with stealing a lot of those jokes because a lot of Patrice O'Neal stuff hadn't made it to YouTube yet as an archive. But once it did, there were people who started seeing the similarities, and I do remember they made a compilation showing all of the different jokes, and he basically was just saying, I didn't steal them, I'm just paying homage, I'm sprucing them up and introducing it to a new generation. And I wholeheartedly understood where he was coming from. Granted, I was a little disappointed because I did find a lot of the jokes funny, but I wasn't privy to Patrice O'Neal yet at that time. So it did strike me a little odd, like, damn, I thought that was really from you, because he was a really talented guy. He used to do these skits.
Yeah, on View.
No, not Patrice O'Neal. I'm talking about his name was Kane Carter. And he used to create like these dramatic theatrical like mini series. Like he did one about Mario and Luigi, like rewrote them as like this whole backstory. Like it was really like he was very talented, creative. And then because the joke stealing stuff happened, he kind of just gave up. I think he started like dancing or something. He grew out his hair, was looking homeless. Like it was just a lot going on. But I do understand how sacred jokes are, and I say all of that to say I know how sacred jokes are in the comedy community. So that is a very big offense. However, I think reframe it. Just, you know what I mean? Like, feel proud that your joke was funny enough to where somebody even thought or was willing to, workshop it and do something else. And if it didn't hit for you and it hit for that person, just take the credit and move on. But don't be nasty about it. That's so unnecessary.
Yeah. To be on the soapbox about it, but this is something that needs to be dealt with. This is something that needs to be at least explored. It's all happening in the shadows. That means there must be some type of complicity with it. Sorry to say.
Process with all these people, and we're gonna take the best person. Just say you taking who's if that's what it is.
Wow.
Man, Craig, it's so real.
And that's also funny, like what you mentioned about women and essay and all of that. It gives very much y'all are on the same side. Like if it happens to women, there's all kind of concessions and excuses made, but now it's like, oh, instead of it being just you only taking who's fucking, just say that. It's like, yeah, when women was saying shit like that, it was a problem, but now that it's happening to y'all, now y'all ready to riot. Let's be fucking for real here.
Go ahead, D. I don't want to cut you off.
I was just gonna say, yes, you do. Everybody has that right to express themselves, say that, but you also have to be prepared for repercussions.
Straight up, yeah.
And that's it. That's what's happening right now on the internet, is that not only just maybe what you have said, but I think you'll always be a target if you have something they want. And what they want right now online is views, is topics, is stories. And if Corey is way more either I would say popular or hot or whatever, or
what is that?
Or easier, we got to go after him. I think that's
$5 right there. It said what? Button admitted to being Backdoria.
I don't know.
April M says that. Listen, that's what I want to ask
What?
people. Do I have to be at war with you?
Why y'all be saying stupid? And then y'all read the stupidest fucking comments out the chat.
Penetrated a man in any way? Do I have to be at war with you to ask that? Because I want to ask.
Why? Why do you want to ask a man? Why do you want to ask a man if he's been penetrated by another man? I don't understand.
Bruh.
Like, make it make sense. Why do you need to know that? That's none of your business. No. Why you want to join up? Like, that's the only reason why you would want to. If there's people doing coke over there and I don't do coke, I'm not going over there to be like, hey guys, are you doing coke? Like, I'm not going over there.
Nah, straight up.
What do I need to go ask them anything for? And I hope he answers that. I really and truly do. I hope he answers why is that necessary?
A lot of people that, because this.
Yeah, I don't know about the person in the comments. I know he played around with that a lot because Joe Budden gotten some heat because of issues he had with a trans woman on a TV show, and he didn't want to offend the community, so he had been playing around with it. Not making any excuses for him, because I don't know what he does in his free time. And his
I know he had like abuse allegations with women he dealt with in the past.
Oh, no. So there was a situation, I think it was like couples therapy or something like that. And it was a person, it was a couple that was there, and the couple consisted of a guy and a trans woman. And Joe was recorded being befuddled at the revelation, because apparently Joe didn't know. So the trans woman was expressing like, yeah, and then, you know, in our relationship, I transitioned when I was young, so I've always felt like a woman, yada yada yada. So when people are now attacking my relationship and calling my man gay, it makes us feel away and blah blah blah, because, you know, deep down I've always been a woman and blah blah blah. So Joe kind of like made a face and like made it a thing, and I don't remember if he made specific. I know everybody really plays that video of him making the face, but I don't remember if there was like any words exchanged or anything like that. So I don't want to put that on him, but it was a thing where he was beefing with the, you know, Ligga Bigga Tigga community for a little while, but that kind of got swept under the rug after a bit.
It was off time, it was alone time, but I do remember that coming up as a conversation piece, and somebody in the chat obviously picked it up and said what they said. So I don't know 100% about whether he's out there wearing that. You know what I'm saying?
We're getting to the point in society, we can't keep hiding this. There's a lot of people who would have no idea about Joe Budden's that way. There's a lot of people who would have no idea about Mr. Gaiman that way. Mr. Gaiman
allegedly
is somebody whose name I don't want to say, because I've known them since I started comedy. But Mr.
Look
Gaiman
at you being messy again.
Because one day we had a phone call and he
Is he talking about Godfrey?
Wow, who is that?
Everybody who don't remember who Mr. Gaiman is, all I'm saying, this is the guy who.
Wait a minute. I don't know. Put it in the comments. No, don't put it in the comments.
Is he
no
talking about Godfrey?
Allegedly. All this is alleged.
Brought me to stage the first time I went on stage.
Oh.
Mr. Gaiman. I call him Mr. Gaiman because his major movie role that he got, his name was Mr. Gaiman.
He's talking
and
about
I don't want to say his name because I'm really disappointed in him.
That's wild. That's wild that you picked that up that fast, but that's wild.
He had a real backdoor.
But you see what I mean? How, like, why are you still throwing out? You just got in trouble for throwing out allegations against Will Smith. You up here trying to backtrack that, and then now here you go throwing this, and then you could have just left it at Mr. Gaiman. But now you giving clues. He was the first person to bring me in. He played a role, his first picture. So you want us to know who you're talking about, but you saying you don't want us to know who you're talking about.
Wait, why would it be him though? Because I thought they was cool.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. He can't stop. He can't help himself. He cannot help himself. He just be. I don't know if it's because he wants to push views for his pie. I'm gonna look at all of that in a minute too. I gotta look at his numbers on his page and all of that, because this don't make no sense. All of this random. He just stirring up shit for no reason.
Yeah, dude. And they was.
Oh, I know exactly who it was. We know who it is now. All right. Oh boy. Damn, Corey. That's your boy, right? I thought y'all had gotten past that. They had a show, and they were talking about Corey, kind of in the same way Comedy Hype was talking about Corey, about the walkout, you know. And yeah, interesting. I did see that. I caught that show.
All over me. I mean, they were talking about me bad, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm glad it came out, because I think the time when we had a talk on the phone, on the show, it got to him, because I think he got caught in a lie on that phone conversation.
I'm gonna have to look that up
so
after
from now on,
this.
he's Mr. Gaiman. And you know, he's been a person I've had up here on the show and everything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna say your name no more, because I believe you have venom, and I don't think that's fair. Because I called you and you said everything was cool. But then next thing I know, on your little podcast, you know, the homie Dante kept it 100 though. He kept it 100, but Mr. Gaiman and his little, and the gay man, It was Mr. Gayman and a gay man. They was talking about me on their show. Everybody knows who I'm talking about. They're saying it in the
Because you gave mad clues, dummy.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
mentioned
It's
this boy Dante. Like,
but he's not Joe Budden. Joe Budden's, I would love to debate him and his crew because they said something that I thought was a good topic to talk about. They said being gay is not a crime. What Puffy did was a crime.
How can you debate that?
I don't know if people even know this who are outside of the United States. There are places in this country where they don't allow all that man-on-man Nestea plunging.
Excuse me?
You can't take the Nestea plunge in all countries. You know what I'm saying? This is America where they want the chaos and they want the hotel towels to be ruined. They want those towels to be ruined. They should make them dark black so people
can't stain them.
They won't be happy about it, but at least they won't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These white hotel towels are useless after the Backdoria mob leaves. And I'm saying like, yo, I would say to Joe Buttons, I don't look at it as snitching, man. I look at it as, you know what I'm saying? It's a perverted act. And I speak on it because, you know what I'm saying? I make jokes.
Oh my God, talk faster.
That's what I do. So I can speak on perversion. Yeah. I don't look at perversion as something you can't say nothing about.
But the way that you speak about it, it is perverse.
Perverse. Explain that.
Well, I mean, if it's used to control, subdue, or blackmail, that's a perverse act.
It is rape. See, rape, dude. That's what that is.
You can't say that. You gotta say great.
I mean, I don't really have an opinion on that at all. It doesn't concern me.
Mm-hmm.
But if a man is in,
you don't have an opinion about what? I'm sorry.
2 men and 2 women having sex with each other, like same sex.
Exactly, as you shouldn't.
It's none of my business. But
I have an opinion on it.
Why? Yo, why?
What I'm saying.
That is the whole point. Why? That is exactly what I wanted to hear. Is somebody say it is not my business, and here you go wanting to double down. I can't feel bad for you.
You just admits that he's homophobic.
I can't feel bad for you from not minding your fucking business. I can't feel bad for you. I can't. All you gotta do is mind your business. This don't got nothing to do with you. Like,
it's like my thing is how does that affect you? What another person does, like what they eat, don't make you shit.
At all. At all.
In this business, if it's used as one of the things that you must do to be successful, that's when I have a problem with it. And I have a problem with people using things and doing things that are criminal. It's criminal behavior. If you
all right, now you're doing too far.
In Hollywood, and you make and you put that.
Those are not the only opportunities available. Find another opportunity.
To me, that's criminal behavior.
That's just not the opportunity for you. That's not nothing criminal. It's just not for you.
Contact.
You're right, and he's right in a sense. He's right in a sense. Exploitation. That's what he's pointing to, basically. But like you said,
don't have to indulge. You don't have to engage.
Right. You don't have to indulge. That's true. But you know, some people.
Because what opportunity, like I would love to know what opportunity, and this is no tea, no shade, what opportunity has this man lost out?
Did he get his own TV show?
What did you miss out on? I'm so concerned. Do you act? Do you tap dance? Do you sing? Like, what do you do while you feel like you are the only reason you're being overlooked is because you won't do nothing gay? That's the only reason why you weren't chosen is because you won't engage in the dittiness of it all. That doesn't make sense. So sorry. I've never even heard of you. I've never even heard of you. So I don't know.
You know, or a woman in a position of power and a man. That is illegal. That is illegal, and it shouldn't be a practice that is just kind of brushed under the rug, you know?
Again, when it's a woman and a man, y'all brush it under the rug all the time. But now that it's a problem affecting men, now something must be done. Like, I don't like it.
Should
do
go
you
both
think
ways,
me and you can have
pun intended.
an honest conversation if you sleep with men and don't tell me, and we're having a conversation?
No, because
So that's why it bothers me.
Why not?
Because
Why not?
Wait, run that back.
He said, do you think that you and I could have an honest conversation if you sleep with men and don't tell me?
What?
How does who I sleep with affect the conversation that I'm having with you?
And why do you have a problem with it? Like type shit.
No. You're allowed to have a problem with anything you have a problem with because that's you and your problem.
I need to know this, that I'm talking to a man who wants backdooria action, whether it's with me or my homie right here with the good hair.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? I need to know this when we having a conversation.
Why?
It's not fair.
Why?
Why? Why? Why?
Why?
Why? Why?
Why do you need to know that?
It's like he wants to be part of Backdoor, it sounds like.
Like, why do you need to know that? Never have I ever been speaking to someone new and I had to wonder, I wonder if this girl eats coochie. Cause I don't think she can be honest with me without telling me she likes to lick carpet. Like I've never had that thought a day in my life. I don't see the correlation.
It's just weird behavior right here.
I don't see the correlation. I mean, again, maybe it's some mysterious, mythical man shit that I'm just not privy to. I don't know. But me personally, it doesn't affect me.
I mean,
and I would love to know if that's affected anybody, any men. Is that a necessity that you need to know whether or not the person you're talking to is a fellow hetero before you can trust your level of communication?
See, like, there's men that actually have this mindset, which is fucking weird, but what can you do?
Because it's not a fair conversation if I don't know this about you. So I would say, once again, to Mr. Buttons, Mr. Gayman, and a lot of you guys who are after me, you know what I'm saying?
After you, like...
You have to be honest with me about who you are. You can't have a conversation with me if you're not telling me the truth about who you are. And why does that have to always lead to you talking around it or acting like something, like I'm ignorant or something like that?
Because you are.
Exactly.
You are. You very much are.
Me, have you ever been penetrated by a man, Corey, or penetrated by a man? I say, hell no. I like pussy so much. Sometimes I tell my girl, hey, baby, you just came from yoga? You did? Okay, pull those panties off. Sit it right here. That's how much I like women. Okay?
Let her take a shower first, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's
And the funny part about it is that, never mind. I'm not going to do it.
leave it right there, man.
I'm not going to do it.
So what do y'all think about that, man? It's a lot of controversial topics, man. We getting hot on this. It's been the running topic for the last few weeks. You know, of course, it's undercurrent in a lot of the shows, but because I believe Corey has a mission for honesty. You know, every time that some of these things are brought up and people's feathers are ruffled, I start to question things. I start to look at them a little differently. And I start to believe that maybe Corey's right. Corey has been proven right many times in the past. He was one of the first people ringing the alarms on this. And a lot of people was like, you're going too far or whatever. But like I said, as somebody who's been in the industry for a while, I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe that people would be that. I don't want to believe people would be that petty to hold opportunities back for people that they couldn't have sexual access to. But unfortunately, as life goes on, as you grow as a man, you start to see things.
So again, when it was happening to women and women were saying it was a thing, they was all types of sluts and whores and lying and blah, blah, blah. But now that the victims are men, now all of a sudden y'all want to rally the troops. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Things and you're like, there's a certain advancement that comes along with that. This is not taking nothing away from that community. There's no homophobia whatsoever in these statements. But the fact that you can't deny
trust that.
And so where do we now have redress for people who don't participate in that lifestyle and want to have advancement in the industry? You know, because you can say this in music, you can say this in entertainment, comedy, everything. The people that are controlling the levers a lot of times participate. I'll just say that. So then we have to ask the question. And like, I think it's very important that conversation Corey was having about being honest with somebody and having an honest conversation. How can we start from the base level if you're not being honest with me about what you do in the shadows? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a whole nother thing. And like, ultimately,
what I couldn't imagine and I think that this is really just hood politics. Like, this is only applicable to a certain caliber, and I don't want to sound classist or, you know what I mean, but I do believe that this is only an issue that happens amongst heterosexual black men from certain backgrounds. Let me put it that way. I don't think that I don't really see this happening in other spaces. Let me say it the nicest way I can. I only see it amongst a certain amount of men. It's only with a certain amount of men why it's just so important for you to know. But it not about if he's an honest man, not about if he's a integrous man, not about if he's a man of his word. It matters who this man sleeps with. I need to know who you sleep with before I can. That's ridiculous. That is freaking ridiculous.
It's not our business, but like he said,
let a man say that shit about me, I'm smacking the fuck out of him because you're not gonna lie on me. Like,
accuse you.
Yeah, you're not gonna lie on me. You deserve a swift smack to the face.
I mean, I do want to see this him and Godfrey stuff. I want to get through the rest of his commentary.
Murmurs about, and I've heard somebody recently say, yeah, people are talking about me behind the scenes in rooms, and it's stopping me from having progress. This person's very, very talented. You know what I'm saying? Every one thing I was saying about myself, which I do think I'm very talented myself, but he's experiencing some of these things, and I can't help but say that there is some type of movement against him. Like, I see where Joe Budden's coming from about not wanting to put that jacket on somebody that it doesn't belong on, obviously. You know, but like, the industry has its rumors, and it's been going on for years, and so I think it still comes back to that honesty factor. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much to be gained from just being honest, and I think there's a medium, a little bit of like not understanding on what's going on. But like I said, I hope these two brothers can get together and have a conversation, whether online or off. We'd love to see it on the Joe Budden podcast. I know Joe Budden got to be open to that, man. That conversation should happen. Corey Holcomb as a guest on that podcast, or vice versa, whatever. I think cooler heads should prevail in this. Accusations aside, and even Corey admitted he probably shouldn't have said that in an interview. Makes sense. It's a deep topic. We should talk about it more on fawcettmedia.com. That's my website. That's my streaming service, FMG Direct. Go there, sign up for it, man. I'm going to start cracking off some live streams over there. Maybe I can start talking about some of this Hollywood insider stuff that we just can't talk about on YouTube. Too spicy. You know what you think?
All right, let's see. Corey Holcomb. You see what I mean? Just hilarious. Will Smith, Jaguar Wright. I don't know what he had to say about Joy Taylor. Him and Dr. Bryant, I remember that. Where is Godfrey? Corey Holcomb and Godfrey beef. Oh, so this was a thing? Wait, Corey Holcomb responds to Joe Budden, Godfrey putting him on blast.
Oh, this is a year ago?
17. That one was a year ago. Oh, so their beef happened a year ago. Oh, that's why they said they were able to kind of smooth it out a little bit.
What's going on YouTube? In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the backlash Corey Holcomb has been receiving for going at Godfrey. We just did a video yesterday covering that, and I would like to highlight what Corey Holcomb had to say about Godfrey on his 5150 podcast. Godfrey had called in on the Corey Holcomb show to correct some information that Corey Holcomb was putting out about him. So with that being said, let's check out this clip of Corey Holcomb going at Godfrey. Then after that, I want to highlight the clip of Godfrey calling into the Corey Holcomb 5150 podcast. Then after that, I want to talk to you guys about the backlash Corey Holcomb has been receiving for going at Godfrey. So let's check it out right here. Let's get into this first clip. Before I highlight the clip, be sure to hit that like button for me if you haven't already. That really does help support
All right, yeah. Shout you out.
Self-talk
news.
Dante, the brother Dante. I'm not talking crazy to y'all, Godfrey or Dante, but in my opinion, you took his side. See, this how I live. It ain't no I'm down the middle. You either on my side or you on the other side.
And you see how ignorant you fucking sound, and then you wonder, bruh. Yo. I hate people like, you gotta be on my side. You either for me or no. If you're wrong, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong. And if we gotta fall out about it, oh well.
Word.
Oh well. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And granted, you may not always see when you're wrong immediately. So yeah, you could be mad at me a little bit, but I expect you to gather yourself, come to your senses, and be like, yeah, I was wilding a little bit.
Word. Straight up.
But, and you could throw the butt in there. I was wilding a little bit, but as my friend, I needed your support. Have that honest conversation. Don't come at me with no shit like this, because then now then I don't want to be cool with you. I don't want to be cool with somebody who I can't correct if they need correction. Because I'm not even the one that's always going to correct you no more either. I done learned my lesson with that anyway. Sometimes people don't want correction. They want to just bump their head. So you let them bump their head and you crack jokes about it later. But that's it.
And if you walking on the middle, I'm going to push you on the other side.
Okay.
Godfrey and Dante, I'm gonna keep it real. I think y'all like Dirty Larry. I think y'all like him. And
I don't know who that is.
Backdoria like. Y'all can't be saying he a beast.
You see what I mean?
He must be a beast in the bedroom. I just said he got to be a beast in bed. Darnell, I didn't know you be knocking them niggas down like that.
Oh my God.
I'm not saying this to be
He
mean.
might be low key. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm only talking facts, because the streets don't know, and I always had you up under me as a friend of the family. So, but the streets don't know.
Under me,
Godfrey,
as a friend. That is wild. Pause.
You stay with a gay Caucasian male, am I right? Because y'all said they was up there. They said Corey said if you did 3 movies or more, you perform fellatio. That ain't what I said. I said if you did 3 or more movies, you probably had a dick in your ass. I didn't say for sure.
So because you can't get no movies, anybody who gets 3 or more movies gotta be gay. So what happens when you get your 3 movies? Do niggas get to call you gay now?
He sound like Kanye West right now.
Like when you get your 3 movies, is niggas gonna get to call? Like, do we get to save this clip and then call you gay? Because
I said you probably had a dick in your ass. Godfrey, I understand you did over 60 movies. It ain't no doubt you done had intimate time in a weird way. If you done 60 movies, there's no way you could do 60 movies without washing up at a nigga house.
So that means Denzel is gay. That means Michael B. Jordan is gay. That means Eddie Murphy is gay. That means Will Smith is gay. That means who else has done? Martin Lawrence is gay. That means the list goes on. Like, so all of these people gotta be booty bandits because they get more roles than you. Kevin Hart,
No.
The Rock.
Now with Kevin Hart, now with Kevin Hart, there might be some validity to that.
All right, see, you're not about to do that. You're not about to do that.
No, because he's a
And I know you did.
We're not about to
You
do that.
stayed or still stay with a gay Caucasian male. People don't know that. Y'all want to discredit me and act like I'm wrong. You stay with a gay man, or you used to. Did you decide to move out? You been had your own rent money. The fuck happened?
Okay, so that's Corey Holcomb going at Godfrey. He said he has facts that Godfrey is down low because Godfrey lived with a gay white man. So
because Godfrey has a gay man as a roommate.
That is some weird shit. Wait, I want to hear the response.
I called into the 5150 show. Correct that information. Let's check it out right here. Here's a video.
Hell no, Godfrey calling me.
Oh, yay! Yay!
Let's see what the nigga want. I'll be back, bitch. Yeah, what's up, man?
Hi, Godfrey.
Yeah, Darlene said hi. What's up?
You're doing your podcast, right? I'm doing mine, and they're like, yo, Corey said something. He said something that you did. I said, what the fuck you talking about? And I heard you said that I said that you started. In fact, I was the one that said, I bet you Corey didn't start it because they only cut to that part where they're arguing. I said something must have happened before that.
Godfrey.
Before that.
Godfrey.
You know what I'm saying?
You called me, right?
Yeah, I called you.
Had you already recorded your show?
Oh, right now? No. We tried it before.
All we saw was the first part. We saw the first part where TMZ.
We saw the TMZ part.
They made it look like you. But
I ended up being right. Remember? You said, Godfrey, you were right. I said, I bet you any money, Corey, someone got Corey to do that. I said, that doesn't look right. It looks like they're making Corey look like he started it.
Godfrey Danchima.
Yes.
I've known you over 30 years.
You damn right you have.
Let me ask you a question one more time.
Okay.
When you called me, had you already taped that show?
When I called you, when did I call you? A couple days ago, right? Yeah, I did it last Tuesday. Yes. And I said,
Wait.
Darnell is funny to me.
Wait.
Darnell is funny to me.
That's okay. I ain't got nothing against y'all thinking he's funny. But Godfrey, to answer my question, I want to make sure it's clear. When you called me and talked to me, had you already recorded that show?
Yeah, I did. Because how many days ago? I called you, 4 or 5 days ago? Because we tape on Tuesday. Did I call you after Tuesday?
Yeah, you called me Wednesday morning or Tuesday night.
Wednesday morning, right. And I said, I ended up being right because Dante said, yo, Godfrey, you was right. I said, I told you. Corey didn't just start that shit. I said it was some bitch-ass shit that Donnell is fucking interrupting you on stage.
Okay, Godfrey. Well, let me ask you a question. Why did you guys have, who was that dude, the white dude?
What white dude?
The white dude who was reading from off camera.
Oh, we got our producer, Mike. He just reads.
Is that your roommate?
What? No.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you a question, Godfrey. I'm asking you a question.
Yes, sir.
Do you live with a Caucasian male that's gay?
No.
Oh, hold on. Did you used to?
Never. Why?
What? Godfrey, it's Corey.
I never met. Why would I live with a Caucasian man that's gay?
That's what you told me. You said your roommate was gay.
Are you out your goddamn mind, Corey?
Oh my God.
Wow. Bruh. So now you spreading lies. Wow.
Which everybody knows. What are you talking about?
Godfrey. So I'm crazy. You ain't never told me you had a roommate and one day he had some girls over and y'all was fucking.
No. Listen.
What happened with the girls when the girls were over with the gay guy?
When I lived in Harlem, I lived on my own. The story was Modi, my friend who's gay, because he was fucking with women at the time. We had these two girls that wanted to go, they wanted to fuck. So I was like, yo, Modi, check it out. Let's go to my house and we can smash these chicks because I live in a brownstone. You can be in the living room with her and I'm going to the bedroom. And so when they started arguing, the girl would give up the the shit. He started arguing. I came out the bedroom. I go, what y'all arguing about? Then he goes, that's why I suck dick. I don't know how you deal with these women.
But wait, Godfrey, let me get this right.
Wow.
Okay,
so that's the story that he told you, and now you running around telling people that he got a gay white man as a roommate. Bruh. You see how ignorant niggas are?
Some gossiping ass bitches.
It don't get. That is. Yo.
That's right, Godfrey.
And Godfrey's African side came out. He's like, hold on.
Gay man who felt like fucking some bitches that day to your place.
He's bisexual. If he likes men and women, I know y'all love to just say that they're just gay, but
he was DL.
Either or.
Y'all fuck some hoes. I just want to get it right.
No, hold on. He came out after the fact because his being Jewish, he had to hide it. He came out. That's why I told you my friend gay. He's gay because he's come out years later.
Hold on, wait, Godfrey, but you said after he got into it with the bitch, he said, that's why I suck dick. So is that when you found out he was gay at that moment?
Yes, dummy. That's what he just said.
So he told me on the spot. That's why I suck dick. And I laughed because I was like, yo, what the fuck, Modi? Because I didn't have a fucking gay roommate. What's wrong with you?
Godfrey, that's what, okay, let's just say I misunderstood it. Let's just say that. Let's say I misunderstood
you did?
Hold on, Godfrey.
Because you did?
I'm trying to make sure it's clear. So you went to your house with a dude to fuck some bitches and you found out he was gay later on.
That day.
Even though he said, after he got into it with the bitches, he said, that's why I suck dick.
And I said, damn, you're gay.
Right there.
He felt like, why are you being dumb? Like, this is why I think niggas are dumb.
Godfrey from Chicago, there is no bisexual, brother. There's only dick in the ass.
Bi means two. Sexual means sex.
Yeah, I don't care to argue with niggas who don't get it.
Like two sexes. Like, it's in the word. And you want everybody to succumb to your mentality of what it means. Why are you so obsessed? Why are you so obsessed with how people identify? I would not. And I'm not saying this because I wish anything on this man, but thou doth protest too much. Something, if anything, that comes out about you having any, whether it's fucking with trans women, whether it's messing with DL men, it better not be. You better be the squeakiest of squeaky. You better never get caught out there. Never. The way you be going so hard, you better hope your track record is I'm not gonna be here for no, oh, I didn't know, oh, they got me. I'm not gonna hear none of it because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And then you gotta admit that you heard the story wrong just because you was running your mouth and wanting to tell people so bad that Godfrey got a gay roommate. Whole time you said the wrong shit. That's wild. That's wild.
That's a no dick in the ass.
But if I find out on the spot, is it my fault? Is it my fault?
Godfrey.
Is it my fault? So
yes, it's your fault.
How's it his fault?
You know, I'm talking to you while my show going on.
Listen, first of all, I don't even read for gay roles. I don't even read for
your first role on Soul Plane, your name was Gay Man.
It was Gay Man.
Oh, it was Gay Man. My fault. Godfrey, stop.
What was my line?
I didn't say what your line was. I just said your first role when you got Soul Plane, you was Gay Man, the pilot, right? No, that's what I'm saying. Godfrey, these are just facts. Now, you cleared up the roommate shit. Now it wasn't a roommate. It's just y'all went over there, and after y'all fucked the bitches, you found out he was gay. Let me just get this clear with you, Godfrey. Please, I'm not trying to talk over you, but I have to make sure you hear this. Godfrey, you brought a white man to your house and said you didn't know he was gay.
I didn't know he was gay, dude. This is 98, bro. This motherfucker came out like 15 years later.
So he didn't come out and say he was gay till like 2013?
Because he kicked out of the synagogue. He was fucking chicks, bro. Thank you. Because he was a cancer in the synagogue.
Puffy fuck chicks.
This is annoying.
Godfrey, okay. Godfrey,
this is annoying.
You didn't know he was gay, and you just went with him to smash some bitches. All right. But Godfrey, I want you to know, even if you are gay, I still like you.
Oh my God,
you see what I mean? How disrespectful this is.
I believe that things have happened in your life that you don't want to talk about. But like I said, if you've been in over 3 or more movies, what I said was you probably had a dick in your ass.
So again, because you can't get no movies.
Right. It's natural for people to be like, you did it too. But that's not what's happening here. I probably did 4 movies. I don't chase movies because it ain't no money in it for a nigga like me until the money get cracking. But I'm not. That's why I said you probably had a dick in your ass. But I'm coming out with facts, Godfrey. We coming out with facts.
This is ridiculous.
Your name was Damon in the first movie. Is that a lie?
This is ridiculous. And she, as a grown ass, old ass woman of her age, she should fucking know better. She pissing me off.
You guys are so dumb.
She's pissing me off.
I'm just giving it to you. I'm speaking facts. I thought about these facts. That's why I didn't. No, I can't say you're gay, Godfrey. All I can say is the company you keep. Sometimes you be like, fuck it, let's sleep.
Oh.
I'm just saying. Godfrey, I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying. Well, y'all didn't. I felt like you took Ashley Larry's side on the show. Yes, y'all did. The one brother, what's his name, Dante? The brother Dante said my credibility is in question. That hurt me a lot, but I don't take it personally. Where I hate, huh?
This is dumb.
What's up, Dante? This is the first time we talk. I said on stage, Dante, where everybody heard it, he's mild. Did you see his special?
Who did
so
you
you
saying
saying that's
about?
beast mode? Right. I don't think his special was trash. I don't think it was trash. I think it was mild. You got to fuck with opioids to laugh hard at that shit.
No.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. Look.
So now you does Corey Holcomb got it? Does Corey Holcomb? No, he don't got no special. Never mind. Again, this just sound like hate. This just sound like I can't get none, so I'm gonna talk shit about everybody who got some.
His special was not funny. I did not say he wasn't funny that night at the Laugh Factory. But Dante, he's a mild comedian. He's not beast mode.
Oh, I should have never fast forward because I don't know who they talking about. I mean, I don't care enough to know, but this is just a dumb conversation.
That was all a long time ago.
This is so stupid.
You know how bitches who looked at that club back then look now?
This is ridiculous.
You know what else? Let me tell y'all something about Donnell. Nobody on the internet said that he wasn't ugly. That's one thing that wasn't said.
Poor guy.
Everybody agreed he was ugly.
Oh.
A lot of people, look at the, don't go off me, go off the comments. I gotta finish the show, and I'm glad y'all called, but I just want y'all to know, man, I didn't say nothing to y'all back in the way. Wait, hey, it's just when I saw y'all, I felt like I was on Donnell's side.
No, it was hate.
Because Godfrey had just called me.
Oh, somebody named Donnell. I don't know who that. Oh, Donnell Rollins. Oh, he called his special mid.
That's your opinion. It's all good.
Talking about he got to be on opioids. He's a hater. You're a hater, bro. You're a hater. You are a certified hater.
He was buying cocaine at them clubs, so that's why y'all kind of feel sorry for him and try to pep him up. Because if he was getting high in the 90s and he's still alive, that's fucking amazing.
He act like a bitch ass dude. I didn't say that. When you said he wasn't funny, I said I think it's funny.
Okay, Dante, that's y'all opinion. I ain't got nothing against y'all opinion. But it seemed like everybody was mad at me because I said he was mild. Look, check it out. On the comedy side, we got comedians that go level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's a level 3. That's a serviceable comedian. He's okay if you can't get the guy you want to get.
And who are you? That's what I want to know. Who? How do you get booked? Who got to cancel for niggas to want to book Corey Holcomb?
I know my boy been in one of his his shows. His shows are pretty cool. It's pretty funny.
What award show is knocking on his door for him to come host?
Oh, obviously none.
Whose event, televised event, or you know what I mean? Who he get to open for? I need to know these things. Like for you to be talking about people's specials is mid, and don't you gotta get a special to talk shit about somebody's special? If you are a comedian, I mean, non-comedians could talk about his special being mid all day. But you as a comedian, would you not also need a special to talk about somebody's special? I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Nah, you cooking with the stove on right now.
I don't understand. And again, it's cool if you want to play the hater role, do that. Everybody needs a hater. Tasha K gets to be a hater. Freaking Star gets to be a hater. If you too want to be a hater, go ahead. Be that. Just know what that comes with, and just know that you cutting yourself off at the knees. And if you think you wasn't getting booked before, once you take that hater out,
Well, I'm telling you, I have nothing against that, Dante and Godfrey. If y'all think, because y'all said he was a beast, and that's fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
Just because a nigga could do a whole 4 rolls of coke, that don't make him a beast.
Wow.
That nigga nose is amazing.
Wow. Gossiping ass nigga. Now everybody need to know he do coke. Why?
What up? You from Chicago?
And funny enough, somebody told me that. Well, I mean that's not true because I know people who've done coke and I don't do it. Because I was about to say they do say that niggas don't let you know they do coke unless you do it with them, but that's not always true. So I was gonna say something, but I had to take it back.
Chicago, you know what mild is? We eat mild sauce when we don't want hot sauce. We ain't ready for the heat. He's mild. You don't need water to lick your fingers with him.
Let me speak. First of all, listen, Donnell Wallace has done like when I was real like a bitch with me. Like he be on real funny acting with me. So all this shit with the Chappelle shit and all that, I agree with you on all of that other shit. Like, but I said Donnell's funny to me.
Look, and I didn't speak on Chappelle. My bad, go ahead. I didn't shit on Chappelle. What I did say is he be bombing, and I got facts behind that. I didn't say he wasn't a great actor.
Now you coming for shit. The nigga who sold out Radio City Music Hall for a month straight? That's who you talk about bombing? What the hell? What be going on? What be going on? I don't...
But I said you be with niggas. I said you be with niggas. Fuck you, Godfrey. I gotta finish my show. Hey man, thanks y'all for calling me because it ain't no hate. It ain't hate.
It's a lot of hate.
Godfrey's a class act.
It's a lot of hate.
Godfrey, if you ever come out the back, will you do it on my show?
Oh, shit.
Please, I'm trying to be like Club Shay Shay. I'm gonna wear a tight jogging suit and ask you $2.5 worth of question. I got one thing. Go on, Godfrey, I'll holler at you, man. Look.
We love you, Godfrey.
Man, look, I don't want no motherfuckers. I want a motherfucker act like I'm like, fuck that nigga, he ain't shit. I don't feel that way. But I'm telling you, Godfrey has done things with moisture to it. But that's my man. I ain't mad at him. All the people who prefer to get smashed, I ain't got nothing against you. God damn it.
Okay, so that's Godfrey calling into the 5150 podcast show to correct the information that Corey Holcomb was putting out about him. And in my opinion, I feel like Corey Holcomb, he kind of went about it the wrong way because he thought
totally
Godfrey
wrong.
did his podcast episode on Godfrey Comedy, reacting to Donnell Rollins and Corey Holcomb beef. He thought Godfrey did the episode after he had called him to get the information about what's going on between him and Donnell Rollins. But as we can see in the audio, Godfrey had said it was before because Godfrey filmed on Tuesdays and he had called Corey Holcomb on Wednesday. So yeah, I honestly feel like Corey Holcomb, the way that he had presented his facts, the information on Godfrey to expose him, he should have called Godfrey and asked him once he watched the Godfrey Comedy Podcast episode because it seemed like Corey Holcomb had watched the episode and then he just had to go off on Godfrey and his co-host Dante Nero. And that's the reason why I feel like 5150 fans who watched the Godfrey Comedy Podcast episode and then it was watching Corey Holcomb live. I think he had almost like 15,000 people in the chat. Could have been more because I didn't get to watch the full live stream. I was checking it out live. It was like 15,000 in the chat. So I think the people who had watched Godfrey Comedy Podcast reacting to the Donnell Rollins and Corey Holcomb beef, they felt like, why is Corey Holcomb going at Godfrey? Because Godfrey.
Oh, they actually went at it in person? Oh, I gotta find that video.
You can see in that video, Godfrey, he did nothing but show love to Corey Holcomb. He even called out Donnell Rollins and said Donnell Rollins handled that situation wrong by interrupting Corey Holcomb's set as another comic. That's something that another comic shouldn't do to another comic. So Godfrey definitely did give Donnell Rollins some pushback, but he also showed Donnell Rollins some love as well. So I feel like to have a 30-year-old friendship and say that Godfrey is under your family umbrella, to expose the information that Corey Holcomb exposed based off of Corey Holcomb feeling like Godfrey misquoted him, I honestly don't see why to go off on somebody like that over a misquote. If you feel like somebody misquoted you, just contact them, especially if you got their number, and then you can just settle it right there.
Right.
That's just my opinion on that. You know, like 30 years to throw that down the drain, in my opinion, because if I was Godfrey, I wouldn't want to continue a friendship with somebody just based off of a misquote.
And shouldn't.
So with 15,000.
You should definitely deal with him at an arm's length, if that.
Down low, that was just crazy that Corey Holcomb went that route on Godfrey, and I think that's just the reason why he's facing a lot of backlash. As you can see these comments right here, this is from a lot of 5150 fans and people who watch Corey Holcomb. A lot of people was giving him some backlash. Man.
I never hear about Corey doing anything except talking shit about everyone else. Dude is a clown.
Apologize on his next episode.
Corey and Faison got to be the most hating ass comics in the business.
Godfrey, or maybe just do it behind the scenes and publicly.
Faison Love.
That was just crazy.
He's a comedian?
Yeah.
That was crazy if you really think about the details.
Oh, I can't see that because it's behind. Corey is now sounding uneducated and delusional. For sure.
From Godfrey like that because
just because you said it multiple times doesn't make it factual. Corey so far has not provided not one shred of evidence of what he claims. So until he provides real documented facts, all he's doing is being a conspiracy theorist, just wanting clicks. At least people I appreciate when people can think for themselves and they don't just jump on the bandwagon. I can always appreciate that.
And I can understand
Corey's greatest talent is being absolutely right and wrong at the same time.
Corey Holcomb trying to get his get back.
That's hilarious.
Like I said, to go on your podcast and do that to a friend.
Corey's credibility definitely going down. Everyone gave but him. Word.
Straight up.
That last episode with Godfrey and Marcus, where Godfrey said that bisexual story, everyone knew Corey would one day use it against him.
To expose him in that way off of a misquote.
Word. That's pretty nasty. Oh, come on,
guys. I would like to hear y'all opinion.
I don't want to see all of that. I can't get rid of it. I don't know how to get rid of it. I want to see what it says.
To expose him in that way off of a misquote is just crazy.
It's interesting that Corey is friends with folks for 20 plus years. Then when they say something he don't agree with, then all of a sudden he's known they've been fruity for years. That says a lot. Word.
And that's just my opinion, guys. I would like to hear y'all opinion as well. So don't forget to hit that like button if you made this part of the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts about today's video. And how do y'all feel about Corey Holcomb going at Godfrey? Do y'all think Corey Holcomb handled that situation wrong? So that's it for today's video, guys. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more self-taught videos. We out, guys. Peace.
I want to see what he said at that set.
You mild sauce, my nigga, mild. M-I-L-D. You ketchup. You ain't hot sauce. Nobody agree? So I'm wrong. Okay, I can be wrong. I'm talking about, but we...
Niggas didn't even laugh at you calling him mine. And not one laugh has been had.
Boy, you wouldn't be able to be up here that long. The niggas be like, get your whole ass down, nigga.
I came up in the hardest rooms in Brooklyn.
And
you ain't never with them rooms.
You just yelling.
Because I don't have a mic. I can talk to you straight up. You want to talk about it? You saying I'm mild. You saying I ain't come through the streets or the gutters is straight bull. And if you want to ask somebody, ask the mother that you know what I did. Ask them. Okay, all right. Listen. This be fair. Fair conversation. No. Let's be fair. Let's be fair and real. You say you keep it 100. Know how I get down.
How?
32. I rip.
You rip mics?
I rip. You ask any ever see me bomb.
And that's a fact. I ain't gonna hold you. I done see and I done seen a couple of comedians come through Salsa Con Fuego on comedy nights. And Darnell does this on a regular. He does crowd work. He'll talk without the mic. He can, maneuver around technical difficulties. Very professional. And this is just what I've seen with my own two eyes. The nigga is funny. Mm-hmm. There's no way around it. There's very few people who you can really enjoy. Like, I believe there's maybe like a couple of shows that I went to in Atlanta where there were a couple people that were funny. There's a couple of people I've seen at Salsa that were funny. And then, of course, the Chris Rocks, Kevin Hart's, Dave Chappelle's. I've seen them on tour. They're very funny. So actually, no. I think the time I saw Kevin Hart, I don't think I found him funny, but I felt like I didn't have fun or found him funny because of who I was with at the time. I think they ruined my experience. But there's certain people who are very funny. Corey Holcomb, do I laugh at him? Sometimes, but do I find him funny? Like, I would just be like, yo, you just know who's hilarious? That's never come out my mouth. And I've never heard him mention in any of the funny comedian conversations ever. I don't even see Corey Holcomb in Community with other comedians. Like, I don't see him hanging around Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz. I don't see him hanging around any of the Donnell Rawlings or what's that other fat nigga name? Damn, what's that fat dude? I think his name is like Ryan's Comedy or something like that. I don't see him hanging around no other comedian. Like, who are his comedian friends? Like, even Godfrey got comedian friends.
Yeah.
I don't see Corey Holcomb around nobody. So who mans is you really? Like, whose mans is this?
Bruh.
Like, I be wanting to, like, whose mans is this?
Anybody. And you ask anybody that don't know me, I keep it gangster. No, you trying to say I'm a bum. I ain't no bum.
No, I ain't
And that saw.
Your is mild. It's mild.
You know
And niggas still not even.
what you doing now?
This is uncomfortable.
You know how to incite people. Ain't nothing mild about my. People look at you.
You're a provocateur.
Put you out with your hot dog in your hand.
And guess what?
Oh, he got to laugh.
You can say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say. You calling me a mild comic is totally off.
So you a strong guy.
I'm a beast. I'm a beast.
Oh, and niggas is clapping for him. I mean, Donna Rawlings lost it on fellow comic Corey Holcomb at a club this weekend, and it seems to have stemmed from an insult the latter hurled at DR. I never thought we would make it to days where comedians legit beefing more than rappers. I saw Donna Rawlings live for my birthday. He had a knee injury, but still performed for us. We did not leave disappointed. I'm just saying. I'm a beast. If say it with your chest was a person. Cat Williams that started some comedy chaos. Donna Rawlings is Ashley Larry was one of the best characters on Dave Chappelle. I'm just saying, like, what do we know Corey Holcomb for? Tell me a Corey Holcomb joke right now. A catch line, a punchline, a scenario. What funny joke has Corey Holcomb ever told?
I mean, I just remember him from Wildin' Out and a Kendrick Lamar video. That's about
Wow.
it. That's about it.
Wow. Now we need Donna Rawlings next on Club Shay. His next Breakfast Club interview is going to be hilarious. Donnell is a beast. We saw him perform in Raleigh, North Carolina. He legit had me laughing so hard I had stomach cramps. His show is definitely worth seeing. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Donnell funnier in person than on TV. Dude is hilarious. I don't know, bro. I don't know where you get mild from. You just sound like a hater. You sound like a hater, homie. But yeah, I just... So he has been beefing with men, and when he beefs with men, he just be saying anything. That's all I learned from this. You lied on your friend of 30 years, run around telling people he had a gay roommate. The man never said that. You run around telling people that Donnell Rawlings is mid. Whole time niggas is looking at you like, we don't believe you. You need more people. So I think he just needs to fade back into obscurity. I don't even want to hear about him no more.
I mean, he is in obscurity technically. He's on YouTube yapping.
You know what? And I think that's the problem. Is that YouTube is... Oh, yeah, I said I was going to look at...
He does tour, though.
I said I was going to look at his YouTube numbers. Because I want to know why you crashing out like this. Like, do you really need... Okay, you got almost 500,000 followers. All right. What your numbers looking like? Because you... Ooh, excuse me. 73K, 15K, 81K, 27K, 57, 46, a 4-minute video. Niggas don't want to watch it. 100. I mean, he not horrible. I'm pretty sure he gets a couple dollars. It's a duck on your head. What is it?
Welcome back to Soul Train. This is Don Cornelius. We are about to introduce a new group, the Treacherous Three, as they are about to sing their new release. It's a duck on your head.
It's a duck on your head.
I want to talk to you about things I noticed when me and you alone at home. Sing it with me, y'all.
There's a duck on your head, bird-head bitch. There's a duck on your head, bird-head bitch. There's a duck on your head, bird-head bitch. There's a duck on your head, bird-head bitch.
Oh, it's a slow song? Oh my God.
I saw you without no weed. That's when I know you was a hood rat skis. Yeah, your edges was gone. Ooh, they was fucked up and it was blood on your iPhone. There's a duck on your head, bird-head bitch. There's a duck on your head, bird-head bitch. There's a duck on your head, bird-head bitch. Oh, it's a duck on your head.
1 minute and 50 seconds. And I believe that was 1 minute and 49 seconds too long for me to give it. So this is what you do? This is what's funny to you?
I thought you was about to watch this whole thing.
Classic freestyle. This is a classic?
You doing improv. Sound like some wild out shit.
I played this joint so many times and actually would sing it in public. You sound like a loser. You sound like a loser. Classic. 4 years ago, niggas was bored. I give it that. 4 years ago, people were bored. They were stuck in the house. Outside wasn't fully open yet. I'ma give y'all grace. Oh, niggas didn't even see it. Yeah, this man sat here and sung about it being a duck on some woman's head. Cause he just saying shit. This is what he did. Showed pictures of black women with I don't. You got anything? Cause I can't be bothered. At this point, I can't be bothered. I can't.
Nah, I'm pretty much done here.
I can't. I don't got it in me. I don't. Cause I just can't understand. Like, why? Get you some business. You wanting to know who niggas is fucking is weird. You needing to get the business clear with people about who, if you do X amount of shows or movies, that means you gay is weird. You worry too much about other people. Maybe if you worried about yourself, you would be further than where you at now. I ain't got nothing else to say. I just know now I'm ignoring him. I don't want to hear nothing more from the man. Honestly and truly, I need to get him out my algorithm. There's nothing else?
No, I think that's pretty much.
All right. Well, in that case, we out of here, and we will see you on Sunday. All right? Bye.